Hi friends, it's Scott Salmon here from Gangrene Nation, ready to recap the 7-6 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. This is one of the best, worst games that we've had in a while. It was funny, but it was not really fun through 3.5 quarters, as Mark Sanchez threw 3 interceptions. He almost threw a fourth, should have thrown a fourth, really, before he was finally benched in the third quarter in favor of Greg McElroy. So it was great to see Rex Ryan finally have the courage to bench Sanchez, who he's tied himself to for the past several years. The defense, as generally is true, was pretty great throughout the game. They held the Cardinals' offense to 0 for 15 on third downs, which set some sort of NFL record. So let's talk about 3 big plays that the Jets' offense had. The first was Mark Sanchez's first interception. As I said, this is the first of 3, and this came on the first play from scrimmage for the offense, and it was pretty typical Mark Sanchez. There was pressure, and he threw the ball, of course, right to Kerry Rhodes, the former Jet who collected his first of 2 picks for him for the day. The second big play was the fake punt return by the Cardinals for 40 yards. This set up one of their field goals, and it was sort of another play in a long line of special teams miscues that we've seen this season. It has not been a great season under Mike Westhoff for the special teams, and it's just continued that trend. The last play was Greg McElroy's rollout touchdown to Jeff Cumberland. This is what ultimately put the Jets on top of the win, and he did what Mark Sanchez could not do for the entire game, and I think that's what is sort of bringing McElroy into the hearts of many Jets fans right now. So that the stadium was pumped after that. It really set the tone for the new, possibly Greg McElroy era. 2 big players that we should talk about from the game. Muhammad Wilkerson was continued his breakout season. He looked phenomenal as he has been throughout the season. There is a reason why he is considered by Pro Football Focus to be the second best 3-4 defensive end in the league after J.J. Watt. He's really been incredible. We saw it this weekend. We saw him breaking through double teams, really having his way with the Cardinals' weak offensive line. Second, as I mentioned, is Greg McElroy. He's been waiting a year and a half for an opportunity, and when it finally came, he took advantage of it. He didn't do anything spectacular, but he managed the game. He did what we've wanted Sanchez to do for several years now. He didn't blow it. He did what he was asked to do, and he did it well. He made smart decisions. He didn't do anything flashy, but that's not what Rex Ryan was asking of him. So, very impressive game from McElroy in the limited time that we saw from him. So we should talk about McElroy in general. I think we saw in this past game what McElroy is. He is the anti-Sanchez. In the beginning of Sanchez's tenure with the Jets, he was a gunslinger in a Favrean model. He made the big plays when it counted. He was great leading the team down for the game-winning drives. Effectively, though, he's been neutered since then by the Jets. We saw yesterday that Greg McElroy is sort of the opposite. He's in many ways a Chad Pennington. He's a smart guy. He'll make short, accurate throws. His deep throws are not particularly great. We saw some inaccuracy on some of his long throws there in the game. So he's not going to be the kind of guy that comes out slinging the ball all over the field. That's not his game. He's sort of a smart game manager. Not going to make a ton of mental mistakes like we saw with Sanchez, but we're not going to see a ton of massive plays from him. So the last thing I want to say before I end this is that sort of asking Jets fans to be a little bit patient. When McElroy struggles, assuming McElroy gets to start, and he's going to struggle at some point, as every quarterback does, to please be patient with him. Jets fans aren't really known for their patience, but he's going to struggle like any young quarterback, and we need to be patient, see him through the good times and the bad times, and hopefully this is the beginning of a brand new era in Jets football. Thank you for listening. Check out our coverage at Gangrene Nation, and hope to see you there.